What's up, current and future disc golf addicts? Today we're going to be taking a look at how to birdie every hole with a slight twist. I ended up going to one of my local courses in the US, Howling Coyote in Bothell, Washington, and testing how many mulligans it would take for me to birdie every hole. Going into this challenge, I didn't have many expectations. The course itself is a pitch and putt. So 10 holes, my hope would be that it would take 10 mulligans or less to birdie every hole, but there is some danger to also be found where these mulligans can rack up. Hole 1, I ended up taking my drive and having to make a longer putt. Fortunately, I didn't get stuck there for too long, just needing that one mulligan. But the nature of the challenge, there are holes that are easy to get in one try, and so it really is just navigating some of the more tricky holes and getting away with as few mulligans as possible. Really trying to manage those risks, but also deciding which drive to take in some scenarios where there are these guarded putting greens. Hole 3, unfortunately having to take a mulligan here as my first putt chains out of these Mach 3s, Mach 5s. Not certain, never been the fan of these baskets too much. For my putting stroke, they generally tend to leak out and pop off the pole sometimes. Fortunately taking one back there, not needing a mulligan on hole 4. Hole 5 can be one of our tricky holes here. The drive itself doesn't present much of a challenge, but the ground play around the basket and the guarded green can make this one particularly tricky. And off the tee, I had already decided to take this drive, and looking back on it now, I definitely wish I could have thrown a better drive, really. Taking way more putts than you would hope on a 250-foot hole to get that 2. Fortunately, hole 6, a little bit of an ace opportunity. Still haven't made one off the tee there, but one where you're always excited and really waiting to see what happens every time you play that hole. Hole 7, definitely the signature hole here at Howling Coyote, this downhill floater. I'm finding a little bit of a struggle to get consistently through the gap and really give myself a putt. Ended up actually switching to a forehand with a harp here and making that. Hole 8, basket on a sloped green. Going to the Star Rock 3, it's really been a go-to as of late for these slightly flippy pushing hyzers, or if they're on flat really hard, you can get a little bit of movement right, and sometimes even using it for these player B frustration putts there, as we're already at 12 mulligans with 2 holes left. Hole 9, especially tricky to access the basket. We're looking at a corridor, 2 lines of trees, and the line to get to the basket is kind of beating this right side corridor either early or late. Both are options. I ended up pushing all the way through and kind of putting back at the basket. So I'm actually in the fairway of hole 10 right now, bringing our total already to 16 mulligans. And this is my first try at this challenge again, so this is one where highly recommend going to your local pitch and putt. Challenge yourself, see how many mulligans it takes you to shoot a perfect round, and just another way to spice things up out on the course as I tap in with my bird on hole 10, bringing my total to 17 mulligans to birdie every hole out at Howling Coyote. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content.